Afternoon, everybody. It's Tony Marcatelli here, Chair ICPA, and welcome to another one of my ICPA in Practice blogs. Let's look at the app. The app's the newest and the latest thing on the block, I suppose. Let's start with the reverse of the question, the marketing tool. Well, obviously, it's a major marketing tool. I mean, when you think about it, I remember catching David Oliver at his session at Accountex recently when he turned around and he said that when your client goes to bed, he takes to bed with him your business card, because sitting at the side of the bed is his phone, and if you've got an app, there's your business card. I think everybody's looking to try and say, how can you differentiate your practice from another practice? We're looking at things like, oh, everybody does compliance, or everybody does tax planning, or everybody does this, or everybody does that. What can differentiate yourself? Well, at the moment, an app is obviously one way of differentiating your practice, because there's so few of them, there's not that many of them out and about, and I think it would differentiate your practice, or as we say here in Essex, it will give you an edge. If we move on to how it can be used in a practice, again, it's very interesting because a lot of the apps have tremendous apps on it themselves. There's lots of tax tables, some of which are very interactive, so you can put in anticipate profits and it will come up with your tax liability, which of course saves you actually shading it through on paper or using a spreadsheet. It's a lot quicker. Couple of them that are really clever, I like the look of and I know get used a lot. One, of course, is this wonderful photo receipt tool, which I know a lot of my clients are happy with, whereby they keep taking, they use their camera to take the app to take a picture of the receipt, and then they send us, that's allocated, and then once a week they send us through all this information. Fortunately, it goes to my partner. The other one I know that gets used a lot, and this one really is a big help, is the classic dividend versus salary, and that comes up a lot and does help you, and you can pump figures into that and it works it out. And I know both of those do get a lot of use and are helpful. And there's lots more of these things coming online all the time. The cloud's been around for quite a while now, but having been at Accountex recently, we can see that it's beginning to push through. It's beginning to get a much stronger footing within the profession. The obvious benefits of cloud, I suppose, are easy to stress. You know, the mere fact that you don't have to spend large amounts of money on software. You're basically paying it per month as you go along. That you've got ease of access to it, as long as you've got an internet connection you can get in. And of course, virtually all of these cloud providers will give your practice, they all call it various different things, like a white space or a front loading end, which will promote your practice so your clients can go through what looks like a portal from your own practice onto their software, which again gives you another little marketing edge. But I think, you know, this is predominantly in terms of bookkeeping. There's not so much huge amounts of other stuff out there, but in terms of practice management in the cloud, but that is definitely picking up. But at the moment, bookkeeping seems to be the trailblazer for it. Some of the tax return software are bringing stuff out as well, but that's early days for that yet. But it is predominantly in the bookkeeping. As you know, even with the ICPA, we have an offering, and that goes out to our members as well for free. But it's definitely bookkeeping where it's making its big breakthroughs, and I think they're happening now because a lot of the early concerns of security seem to have been overcome. Well, yeah, as a practicing accountant myself, and obviously in my role with the ICPA, I get to see an awful lot of software and technology, sometimes too much of it, but one does get to see an awful lot of it. I suppose if you discount the app, which is obviously, I think, possibly the biggest recent breakthrough, the thing that's attracted me the most There's certainly been the live data streams direct from the bank, which is run. There are various offerings out there. The ICPO have teamed up with Bankstream, who again had a good presence at Accountex, offering to our members. This is basically a direct live download direct from the bankers, direct to your accountants. Obviously, you've got to sign up various documents, but you can't just willy-nilly download it. Basically what it's doing is a huge amount of transactional work, taking the guts out of that, getting it all analysed. So in essence, it's wonderful for cash accounting, because there you've got classic cash accounting. It's being done as we speak. But where it was really very interesting to see is how this stuff interfaces in with all your classic bookkeeping, your cash flows, your sages. It interfaces directly in there, which you thought, well, that can't possibly happen. But yes, actually it does. The purchases go through to the purchase ledger, etc. So that's very cunning, very clever. And it's been around a couple of years in other parts of the world. It's made, last year it tried to, just got a little toehold. I think this year is going to be a big year, almost probably a breakthrough year for this sort of stuff. And I think, yeah, this live, you know, we're all looking to cut down costs to be able to take on more work. This is one thing that will help you do it. Just like the app is new, and I think it's groundbreaking, I think this Bankstream thing is very clever, and I think lots more accountants are going to start getting involved in it.